Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. Oh, man, we have a lot to go over. And Iran is really ramping up on the U.S. I don't know if any of you heard about the recent threats that have been coming out. It's been something else. And they said Iran is fighting with a fierce. Yesterday, Israel bombed Iran. And they made an official announcement that they're going to get all of Donald Trump's properties over in the Middle East. And we're going to talk about another thing. They have ramped up on threats on eliminating Donald Trump. Okay. And they are not only got a bounty on his head, but on the head of his entire family. Now, the Billboard, they said this thing is huge, is of Donald Trump in a coffin. And there's also a billboard of Donald Trump, Melania, Ivanka, Don Jr., Eric, Barron, and Tiffany, all 5 of his children. That's the threat they're making. They're going to take all of them out. So is it propaganda or are they going to make good? Now, let me tell you something else that Iran has revealed within the last 24 hours. They have been studying Donald Trump's motorcade, not only in D.C., but also around Mar-a-Lago. When he goes back to Florida, they have been heavily studying his motorcade. So we'll get into that at 3:45. But I think they're serious. I think they are not playing around. You took out their Ayatollah. So now they think, it's okay to come and wipe out your leader now, America. Now, the only threat that got me a little concerned is when they said Americans will not be safe at home. That was one of the threats. Americans will not be safe at home. Now, in the beginning of the war, Iran, I remember y'all said you did not want to hurt Black Americans. Please keep that same energy. Keep that same energy for real. So it's a lot going out, and we'll get more into that at 3:45. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I think it's way more serious. And Iran even put out a threat saying that anybody helping the U.S., they will attack them too. But nobody is helping the U.S. from the beginning. It's only the U.S. and Iran. It's nobody else jumping into planes or fighter jets to go over there and help the U.S. Although he did try to get NATO to get involved, but NATO refused. And, you can't start a war with somebody and then be running around looking for help. And, war is one of those very permanent things, because if you lose your life, you're not coming back. So Donald Trump and Israel are pretty much on their own, and I'm not sure how well they're getting on from what I'm hearing. I'm hearing they're not getting on at all. All right. Let me share my screen. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. I think this billboard has got to be one of the biggest ones I've ever seen, but you will get a good glimpse at it. So this is a billboard of Donald Trump lying in a coffin in Tehran. And then there's a second billboard that they said is real huge of Donald Trump and his family. Thank you for the ones.
Today, Iran unveiled a giant mural on the side of a building of Trump in a coffin, and it even included his family. There's Ivanka, Melania, and the rest of his kids with coffins, and the White House in flames. Guys, this is a massive mural. It's in Tehran's Palestine Square, and hundreds of people, maybe thousands, will see this every day. Look how big this is. This is a massive mural. Is this a serious threat or just propaganda by the Iranian government? And we know that there must be some sort of credible threat that forced the president to switch planes that the New York Times unveiled. And those reporters that released that report were subpoenaed and had to appear in court this week. So it's important to know that we had security vulnerabilities on Trump's new Qatari Air Force One, and that he could not take that because of the threats from Iran, because of things like this giant mural. And there is so much more happening in that country, but we are not even getting all of it. We're just getting a small glimpse right now. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Like, share, spread the word, follow along for more, and I'll see you back here for the 411.
At this point, this shit is just theater, man. Like, start dropping the fucking, like, just get it over with, man. Just but yeah, Iran has unveiled a billboard with Trump laying in a coffin with crazy words on there, and let's see how the idiot will respond to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to invite y'all to come up here to tell me what you think. Give me 1 second. All right. So there's the link. Anybody want to come up? Do you think it's propaganda, or do you think because the US took out the Ayatollah that they are serious in taking out Donald Trump? Do you think they're serious or just propaganda? Does anybody want to come up and speak? You believe them? Yeah, there was a lot of people that believe it, from what I saw over on TikTok. There's a lot of people that really do believe it. Can't add you.
Hey, Lisa, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, this is MGE 2020. I had to come in. I can't stay long
That's
because I'm
okay.
ready to go out, but I
Go
saw it.
on.
Yeah, it, you can hear me okay? Great.
Yes. So, do you think this is just propaganda, or is this really a serious thing of them trying to take out Donald Trump?
Okay, so I can speak.
Okay, I can't hear you now. MGE 2020, I can't hear you. I don't know
Yeah,
if you're talking
I,
right now.
I, yeah, I don't know what happened. Unfortunately, um, yeah.
Okay, do you want to try again?
Let me chat. Let me see. I can again. Let's see. Can you hear? Do you see the chat?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to try to come back out and I'll come back in.
Okay. All right. So, y'all, a part of me, I wonder if Donald Trump saw this, and I'm sure he did. One thing about this man, he lives on social media and he sees everything. So I'm sure he's seen this billboard of, this image of himself laying in a coffin. And I know during the Ayatollah's funeral, that's all they were doing was screaming and hollering, unalive Donald Trump. They were burning effigies of him, and it really got pretty, it was a lot of people chanting for Donald Trump to have the same fate as the Ayatollah. So, yeah, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, they have made some very interesting threats. Like I said, I mean, most of the ones I heard before, especially about bombing US interests, the only one that is new is them getting Trump's properties over there in the Middle East. They said they are going to take all of them out. And of course, Americans not being safe in our own homes. Wow. I don't know what they mean about that, but I don't know. But it sounds to me like something is coming. Well, yeah, that's very true. How you doing? Shalom, MGE. All right, let me see. We got to unmute you. Your mic is muted. There you go.
But I can still hear like
I
another
can
playback.
hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Do you have like a window that's open? Because you
I
may have to
may.
close
Let me
that
check.
to hear
Okay.
feedback.
How about that?
Yes, I hear
Can you
you.
hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so that's what I had to do. I had to actually close the window.
Yes.
All right. So I'm glad to finally get in and to meet you. And
Yeah.
just to one, let me, while I'm in, let me just congratulate you for all the hard work that you do. I am so super proud of you, and I just wanted to chime in just to say that. Yeah, I
Well,
wasn't expecting to come up. I really wasn't. But what was the question? Because I can't stay long
well,
because I have to go. I have to go
yeah,
places.
no problem. Well, Iran has put out a threat to unalive Donald Trump.
Okay.
And and now they got that big billboard, that big mural of him lying in a coffin in Tehran. So my question is this propaganda, or do you think they're going to try to make good on this?
I believe it's propaganda. And the
Oh,
reason why I'm saying it's propaganda is because they haven't done it. They have the ability to take Trump out, to assassinate him. They have the ability to do that. Why they did that, I feel like they're just playing. And but that's my feelings, and that's my belief. This is the first time I've seen something like this, so I'm kind of seeing it raw.
mm-hmm,
But Lisa, where we are, I mean, and I'm just talking from a personal stance and even from my family stance, this man is hated so much. And I believe that they have the capability to do it.
mm-hmm,
And I believe that's why I say it's propaganda, because they got the big billboard sitting there for everyone to see. Um, and then they got the other billboard with the family.
mm-hmm.
All I can say is I'm tired of the tick and tack, tit for tat.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that a lot of people are getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of waking up to the madness. I'm getting tired of this man still in office.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't understand why he is still there. I don't understand it. But we're seeing something live and we're seeing the fall. That's what I believe. I don't have the power. We don't have, I feel like I don't have, all I can do is watch. But we know the truth. The truth. I cannot see the comments or anything, but we know the truth. And Tehran and all them other people know the truth. And we, as African Americans, Black Americans, Indians, colors, Negroes, whatever you want to call us, we are waking up every single day. And it's getting across the board. So to see that billboard like that, I say, hooray. But stop teasing. That's how I feel. All right, now I'm getting ready to go. I think I didn't say it enough.
Well, I'm grateful that you came up and spoke, and
I didn't say it
I
enough.
really appreciate it. And you're more than welcome to come back on the panel anytime you want.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I
You
do.
have a blessed day.
All right, bye bye.
Bye. All right. Anybody else want to come up and say a few words on whether you think this is real or is just propaganda? Hmm. Well, the bottom line is if we had anybody with a shred of common sense, we would not be in this war. But we got Donald Trump, and unfortunately, MGE 2020 is right in one sense. You got all these politicians on the left and right, and they see all these outrageous things Donald Trump is doing, and they're not even trying to stop him. It is like their fear of him is it's hard to comprehend. It's so many of y'all, and it's just one of Donald Trump, and nobody will stand up. That says it all right there. Maybe it would take somebody like Iran, because internally, nobody here, y'all won't challenge him on nothing. You won't put your foot down. Y'all talked a bunch of junk. I'm talking to Congress. Y'all talked a lot of junk when this war got jumped off. And then all of a sudden, when it came time to doing something, you all backed off and said, well, Donald Trump can do whatever he wants. Darn well Donald Trump should have came through Congress before one bomb was dropped. But it doesn't matter what he does that's illegal. Y'all just sit there and deal. You just sit there and look the other way. And he's hated because he makes enemies out of everybody. America had allies. America has no allies now. Let's face it, not even Canada is feeling America anymore. And Canada was always America's closest ally. They've always been the closest ally. And not anymore. Canada barely speaks to America now. So I guess it is what it is. So do I think they may make good on it? I believe tensions are high in Iran because they just got finished with the Ayatollah's funeral, and they mourn for 7 straight days. That's how they do it over there. And now that it's over, I think they're ready for war now. Whether things go well or not, I mean, it's a lot coming out of there. I was listening to their foreign minister make a threat back on Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is trying to take over the Straits of Hormuz. And he put the Navy blockade back out there. And Iran just made a statement that they will never give the Strait of Hormuz to Donald Trump to run. It will never happen. And they have pretty much threatened to take anybody's life from the U.S. that tries to go up in there and take over the Straits of Hormuz. Now, do I think they're serious? Yes, because they would have too much to lose if they don't keep control over the Straits of Hormuz. That is a lot of money for Iran to lose. And yeah, I think they would make good on that. So, John L., thank you so much for the super chat. If he is taken out, I think it will be by "it's not real" and then blamed on Iran. You know what? That's not far-fetched to believe. It really isn't. It sounds plausible, that's for sure. And thank you for your support for my channel. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think this time this war will drag out. And Iran also made an announcement that I heard today that they are not interested in any more negotiating. And I even heard them laughing about the kind of people Donald Trump is sending to negotiate. All of the people that Iran sends to negotiate all got PhDs. And all the people that Donald Trump sends, not so much. And of course, that's being very noticed. But, in this land, people like Donald Trump think they are king. And, it doesn't matter how stupid or uneducated they are, they still think they're king. So, anyway, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. I got another live coming up about the air quality. It is very hazy outside where I am, and Canada have over 840 fires going. So all the smoke is coming down, and right now it's lingering, especially around the Northeast. So we will get into that at 1:45. So I will see you then. Shalom, family.